RP Show continues as we talk winter sports from paradise. We mentioned earlier, single draw tickets are on sale now for the Montana's Brier in Regina. Curling.ca/tickets, the place to go for those. We'll be talking with Nolan Thiessen about this. All youth tickets, $9.99 for all draws. They've really done it right. Let's bring Nolan in, the brand new CEO of Curling Canada. I don't know if it's even been a week on the job. Congratulations on the posting, Nolan. How's life been since?
Busy. I think there's a lot of people have been reaching out. Obviously know a ton of people in the curling world. So, there's a lot of people that kind of just send out well wishes and have been kind of reaching out, just saying, hey, if you ever need anything from me or if I can support you in your initiatives, I'm here to help. So it's been good. It's been busy, but I was expecting that.
Well, make sure to take people up on those. And let me say congratulations, by the way. And dream job? I got to think that it is for a guy like you.
Yeah, absolutely. When I first stopped playing, I kind of talked to Catherine Henderson. I said, I want to learn the business of sport, right? I want to learn the business of curling. I want to give back. I want to make the game better. So she gave me those opportunities and opened those doors for me. And yeah, it's, when she called me and said, hey, I'm taking the Hockey Canada job, I've been thinking about this kind of ever since and what it would look like. And so, yeah, really, really excited. And the responsibility of the job is not lost on me, obviously, with my background and what I've done in the sport. I know how big this job is.
Yeah, and we'll circle back around on that. You're the first guy I thought of when I saw the news about none of it pulling out of the Scotties. I talk about a hot potato in your lap. The news came out yesterday. When were you informed that they would not be sending a rep to the Scotties this year?
They let us know kind of just at the end of last week. We talked a little bit with our athlete council too, just to make sure kind of our thought process for how we would fill the field was sound. I think, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's, that being said, they don't lose their place in it on an ongoing basis, right? Like, I think the representation that we have and kind of that specialness of the Scotties and the Brier and that inter-provincial territorial competition is really one of the things that makes the Brier and the Scotties so special. So, I mean, I think it's unfortunate. I think we need to sit down with them and have some discussions and figure out a path forward, so that they are sending teams to all of our events. I think all of our MAs and teams are have a place at the table at all of our events, and we want to make sure that everyone's sending someone to everything.
Absolutely. You're right. The national scope and breadth of these competitions, you want everybody there. Having said that, you know as well as I do, they have not been that competitive. So I think that would, forever, so I think it would be just on your to-do list to get curling rocking again up there. Pardon the pun.
Yeah, no, I mean, we want to have as competitive as events as possible. I think if you look at the competitions forever, there's always been, it's never been sort of a curling trials, so to speak, where every team is in the top 10 in the CTRS. I think we have more now. I think we're getting closer to, it seems like, having almost the top 7, 8, 9 teams on the CTRS that are at our championships. That being said, I mean, I was at a trials where I thought we were one of the teams that had a chance to win it, and we started off 0-5. So I guess you never know with some of these things. But yeah, I think growth of the sport, both at a grassroots level, but then as well as, making sure that high performance podium pathway pipeline is full, is a big thing on my agenda, and a big thing on David Murdoch's agenda, our high performance director.
Two happier things, and that would be the Brier and Regina. You've already got some competitors filled in, and you probably know they love Matt Dunstone in Regina. They're not even from there, but they love him. So that's a good place to start for the 2024 Montana's Brier.
Yeah, I mean, the three teams that are already in there are, three of our best teams in the country and three of the best teams in the world. So, I mean, yeah, everybody loves Matt. He's, a Manitoba boy that represented Saskatchewan for a while. So I think, once you're a Saskatchewan boy, you are for life. So I mean, he'll have a ton of support there. I know Team Botcher has old Benny Heaps on the team too, right? So he'll have his whole crew in attendance. They'll be supporting his team. So there's some Saskatchewan flavor there, and then Mr. Gushu has went from being a Maritimes team to a cross Canada team. I think you saw it at the Grand Slam a couple weeks ago there, just before the holidays in Saskatoon. Brad has an ovation and a following everywhere. So I think the three teams that are there are going to have a lot of support, and I think it's going to be an unbelievable week. Regina always shows up at whenever we have a championship there, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, that's what's fun about this. You bring up Benny Heaves, who has never represented Saskatchewan in men's play, but he has since the juniors.
No. You are wrong. You're wrong.
What?
You're wrong. He represented.
Who was he with?
05 and 06 with Pat Simmons before he moved out.
Oh, okay. As a lead? Okay, I'm glad you clarified that, because he'd have been all over me, as you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the drama continues. It's almost like NASCAR. That's as much fun of the curling wars, and gosh knows that's for off-season stuff, not what's going on right now. But this is the most exciting time of the year on the curling scene. Right now would be the time to buy tickets. You couldn't ask for a better field already, and it's just going to get better, right?
Yeah, no, and it's funny those last couple of weeks, just when all the teams fill in. I love those weeks in the calendar when you're sitting there and you're online and you're finding a bunch of streams and you're watching all the playoff games and seeing who's going to be there and how the draw is going to shake out. It ends up, it's such a fun time of the year. I love the play downs, and I think the one thing, we do some things a little bit differently, but you saw it last year, even when a team like, Kelly Knapp wins Saskatchewan, and I'm watching the interview after the game that, when he wins the provincials, and, he kind of got choked up a little bit, and he's like, this matters, right? Like I've always wanted to go to the Brier, and it's always super exciting to see the looks on everybody's faces when they kind of win their playdowns.